Ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait. Oh, are we rolling? Get my thing back up here. Welcome to the next thrilling, exciting, stunning, shocking episode of the Reading Cow from Another World thing, show, which this is. Here we are in the midst of the coronavirus outbreak, contemplating the fact that we've known for decades that we needed to do more serious research into curing viruses and so on, but nobody was interested in curing viruses, really, because there wasn't that much money in it. So anyway, here we are, stuck. My school is closed. And today we're going to learn some Chinese. Now, anybody that has been learning Chinese knows when they see the screen that we have the Windows 10 input method turned on here. I'm going to start out teaching with that one. And our goal in this class is to learn how to read and learn some things about Chinese culture, which is actually very interesting stuff. So to start out, I'm going to type 100, and that's going to be number 2. See, 100. And then I'm going to type family. That's going to be number 1. You see that? And then I'm going to type names. 100 family names. Okay. Let's just, since we can, we're going to make this a little bit bigger. Maybe even bigger. Okay, so we can see it really clear. Okay. Now, you have to realize in Chinese that when you put characters together, they form different meanings in different words. Just like when you put different letters together, they make different words, right? Okay. So, you know, one thing students might make a mistake about is they might read this and go, well, it's the 100 family names or the 100 family surnames. They might think that. But do you really think in China there's only 100 names that people have? How likely do you think that is? So, yeah, you have to understand from the context when you see Baijiaxing, of course there's going to be more. It doesn't mean, in this case, 100. It means hundreds. It means there's a bunch of them. Okay. So, this is the name of a classic, and you know, I always recommend when people learn Chinese that they learn it the way Chinese children learn it. I think, you know, a lot of these adult Chinese education programs are just the most intellectually impoverished things I've ever experienced in my life. So, I have the classic here. It's an annotated classic of the Baijiaxing, and it's the hundreds of family names, and it's for little kids to learn about Chinese names, and there's a lot of them, and then they learn about the people that had those names. Okay. So, let's just recap. Now, okay, you guys that are watching this, let me just be clear. I said it's for children, Chinese children or whatever, but I'm expecting that you guys that are going to study with the cow are more cow than the typical person. In other words, what I'm trying to say is this is maybe not for beginners. So you're welcome to join us, but if you find yourself getting lost, you know, maybe you should go learn Chinese first. Okay, so I'm gonna go on from here, and what am I gonna do? I'm gonna type names the surnames and their and look, the input method understood what I typed. Yo lai. Xi Ming de Yo lai. Okay, I'm gonna put this down. Okay, what Xi Ming de Yo lai. This is the second tone and the second tone. Da, you can think of this, if you study Japanese, this is sort of like no, the article no, and it's often possessive. So in this case, this grammatical structure is, it seems backwards from English. Now, okay, Chinese Mandarin, you students of Mandarin know that it's SVO. It's subject, verb, object. So basic Chinese is really easier than Japanese, but in general, but in some cases you do have an appearance of a structure that seems backwards. But now, what does that mean? Okay, Yolai is origin, and Ximing is the surname. So, okay, this is what this literally translates at. In case, well, I mean, I'm sorry for those of you who already know. This means origin of surnames. So you sort of read it backwards for it to come out in normal English. Origin of surnames. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the origin of surnames. We're going to see how it goes. Now, okay, I want to introduce to you some tools to help you. I have some dictionaries, dict.cn and mdbg.net, right? So if you're looking at this and you're going, oh, you know, am I pronouncing it right? Also in Google Translate. And if you use these three in conjunction, you can generally practice speaking in a way where people can understand you. So, like, let's just get an example here of how to work. Okay, so say you don't know that this means the origin of surnames, and you go, okay, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to go over. I'm worried about pronunciation right now. For pronunciation and meaning, this is a good place to go. So I go to mdbbg.net, and I paste in my origin of surnames. Okay. All right. Now I hit go, and look at that. Okay. You see what they have done ingeniously here is they have added a color to the character. Now the gray usually means that oftentimes it gets the neutral tone. That's sort of like the fifth tone, where I'm not going to place emphasis on whether it's the first, second, third, or fourth tone. But these other colors, this blue, right? Blue tells me it's the fourth tone. Now if I forgot what the blue means, if I look, there's a little ding down, little mark there that's going down that tells me that's the fourth tone. So I know that it's Xing in Mandarin, Xing. Okay, Xing, Xing. Okay, when it's yellow, that means it's going up, right? Like okay, Ming, Xing Ming, the Yo Lai. Now I know in this context, well, I think I know. I've always said Yo Lai. Correct me if I'm wrong, you Mandarin speakers out there. But this is a way where you can immediately take your phrase and you can put it in, and it can bring each character up, and you can go in here and you can do all kind of fancy things like see it in different places and different examples of it, and all kinds of fantastic stuff. So this is a very helpful tool. Now, you can also go into your Google Translate. Let's go into Google Translate, and I'll go paste, right? And this is where I get scared. I'm like, okay, I've been saying 姓名的由来. Am I pronouncing it right? I hope I am. Whoa, and look, and it says the origin of the surname. Okay, so that at least that was right. Okay, so let's see what the computer says it's supposed to sound like.
姓名的由来.
姓名的由来. So I was saying 姓名的由来. Okay. When I hear it, and this is the way it's good to listen to Chinese people speaking and pay attention and imitate them. This is the way Chinese children learn. So 姓名的由来, that's my 外国人的发音. So, but anyway, here's the tool. Here's how you can look it up. Okay, so I'm gonna go into the next phrase here and try to get. I think that's pretty clear what that means. Okay, so let's go a little bit further. 在上从古代古时代的原始 Look at that. It knows. It knows what I'm trying to type. What do I want? I want boots. 2. Comma. 9. 有了。行。Okay, now look, see, it picked up walking, which is also spelled the same, so but I don't want that. I want number 2 and then number 1. All right, so it's our second phrase. Here's our third phrase. All right. Oh. Okay. 在上古时代的原始部族。原始部族. The primitive tribes had surnames, right? In ancient, this is going to be ancient times. In the ancient times, the Yanshe Buzu, which is the primitive tribes, this jiu is like they immediately had surnames. They immediately had names. Now again, if I'm confused about, all right. Also, you know, guys. It's important for you to let me just clarify something here. What we're studying simplified Mandarin modern Chinese, right? And we're using an input method from Windows 10 and Microsoft, and it's a way of Romanizing. It's a way of writing Chinese in Roman letters that was established by the Chinese Communist Party. It's easier, folks. So use it. And if you watch as I type, you can see what I'm doing is I'm typing in the Roman letters. So I'll put a little bit of space there. I'll do it again. Oops. You see that? It's number 1. Now a lot of times I can type in the whole phrase and it's gonna get it before it's gonna get it without me having to so for example, I'll do that again. Zai Sha 4 tone. See how it picked that up? That's correct. gu, third tone. Shi, time. Dai, era. Shi, dai, shi, dai. 在上古时代的. In that case, the "的" would get the neutral. It wouldn't have any tone. And primitive tribes, 原始部族. So watch this. It's 原始部族. Now, it gave me two choices here. And this is like not reaching something, like not making it far enough or something, right? But that's not what I want, right? So I choose this one because it's right up to that point. And then look, it's he didn't want that. I bet he wants this. Yeah, that's correct. That's what I want. So the input method is kind of smart. It can figure out what you're doing. And let's see, where were we? We're doing this again. Comma, 就有了心. 就有了心. Now, you know, if you don't know how to Romanize Chinese, you need to learn that. And let me, okay, so you see I can choose that. Okay, I choose the first example here. Okay, now I'm good. I'm going to delete this extraneous one. And what also note, just like I can go and I can put this in I can put it in MDBG and get like a lot of information all laid out in a nice table. Let me just compare here. If I go in to Google Translate, paste. All right, now look here at the bottom. You see, it does two things. It separates the words. Now, you know, the Chinese has evolved over the centuries into a mainly two-character word language. A lot of the words that you encounter in Chinese involve two characters. But we still have single character words, and it's good to know the meaning of the single character, especially if you aspire to read Chinese from any other time period. The writing system has been around for thousands of years, right? So there's a lot of benefit to be gained, but from not simply knowing the character combinations, but also knowing the meanings of the roots. But you see what you have here when you put it in your Google Translate, it spits out the pinyin. This is the romanization, and it separates the pinyin into the separate words, right? And you can see the tone marks, so I can see that. 不足, right? 就有了性，在上古时代的原始部族就有了心。Let's listen, see if I'm right.
在上古时代的原始部族就有了姓。在上古时代的原始部族就有了姓。
姓。Practices and practicing. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of the next thrilling chapter of the episode of the section of the Reading Cow for Another World with how to read Chinese. Join us again next time. I hope you enjoyed this introduction, and that will help you in learning to read the most widely spoken language on the planet Earth, and that you will get benefit from that. And I'll see you again next time. And until then, goodbye.